Mbale Heroes, and a possible replacement of the interim coach is going to be a man who has brought the team, or who was there with the team from the regional league. All this is right there. English Premier League continues with a couple of actions, and of course the City Oilers have also gotten in a new head coach for their basketball team right there. Susie, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Owen. It is Wednesday, Whistle Time edition, Woman Crush Wednesday. A lot in store. Yesterday, Mamelodi Sundowners, of course, did beat their opponents to a 1-0 there. Richards Bay in the DSTV Premier. It was one of the best. They scored in the late minutes, added 4 minutes, of course, very late. Then also, UPL returns this very week, Friday, as we'll see KCA travel to, there is East to play, there is a Bull. Then also, in there is the Uganda Cup. Surprisingly, Vipers are looking to revenge on there is a Chitara. I don't know how possible that will be, and a lot more of the discussions in.
My question is, have I lied? Sundown at home will not want Yanga to do anything against them. That was the statement I made right here, because Yanga displayed very well at that is their home, and of course they couldn't survive at that is South Africa, so it was very tense and interestingly. But I love the way they played. Still, I want to say that this was so interesting that the team really pushed in harder and wanted to show what exactly they have. That shows that Yanga is one of the biggest teams in the Africa or in the East African continent. You could see, of course, tussling it out, playing a draw here and going that way to show what exactly it is. I think Mamelodi Sundowns goalkeeper, second fiddle to that is the first choice, said football is not played on social media. Football is when you come in the pitch and play, see what exactly you can do, and that is what comes right there. Yeah. So I believe he was correct, and indeed it happened right there. So I want to say congratulations to that is Mamelodi Sundown to the next level, and we're expecting probably a lot of things from these teams over Yanga to deliver, because they have really proved to the world that we can still do something, and this is one big thing. Maybe next time, that's why they keep beating the Vipers, they keep beating the Ugandan clubs every time, because they are more organized than any other teams right in East Africa. So it's one of the biggest things I want to really say that is moving on right there. Now, we are also live on your Facebook platform. You can check. And YouTube, you keep dropping us your comments. We shall be reading. Yesterday, I did see comments from YouTube also, where, of course, time cut us short. I couldn't read your messages. But for today, you can do the same. Just drop it right there. You can also share with your colleagues to follow, for those who could not afford to probably subscribe, or wherever you should be. If you're not able to get near or next to your TV, but you can still follow us. We have made it easy that you can also watch us through the streams online on Facebook and YouTube channels. So be part of it. As for those who are right there also following, yes, you can be the part of it, or that is the different platforms right there. Now, one of the biggest talking point I want us to start with is about Mr. Chandiga, who, of course, has been one key name. Now, reports have it, remember, he was supposed to represent Uganda in the tournament that is to take place in China, and this tournament is going to be starting on, of course, the first session started on it was from 7th, where, of course, you did see them play, but this time around, the only man who tried so much to see that he got a gong representing also made amends, played very well, went up to the finals, and he was ejected. But this time around, the National Open Champions winner, I'm talking about Caesar Chandiga, has been signed by a corporate body that is called Joy World Hayball tournament. Remember, he had gone to China to play in that is called the Hayball, and this company now had to do one or two things and had to sign him, and he becomes the second African probably to have joined this team or getting in there, because the first one was the African by the names of Jason Theron, who has been he's from South Africa. He's from South Africa. He has been also one of the key figures in there. But for that is Chandiga. He started his career in Lira, After Lira, he was signed under a team in Gulu. Then from Gulu, he had to go to Jinja. That's where he was signed by an individual player. Of course, he came in, delivered, and represented Uganda in the nationals. He became the national champion, and then that's how exactly he has been. Remember the recently Nile Special organized that tournament, pool tournament. He was the champion and won that car that was put as a prize for the team. Now he has gotten himself into China. How good is that? I've been taking pool as a light thing, but people are earning from the pool.
People are reaping very big from pool. Caesar, by the way, is a very good one. He is a Madi, by the way. He's a Madi, and the mother is from Maracha, but then grew up in Lira, and of course I think that is where he learned his pool things from. Growing up in Lira came as a way of in that the mother was a nurse in Lira, and that's how he grew up in Lira. But he is basically a Madi from West Nile, and he started quite also well. Previously, he captains the pool Uganda team, by the way, and he has been taking up a couple of games in China here and there. He was in China, and he took part in the Joy World Harbors Championship, and went through, by the way, unbeaten and until the last one, where he was supposed to be the most prestigious, which I think at that time he was beaten, and he came second. But if he was supposed to go through during that time around, he was supposed to become the master of all pool in the champion of the whole world, basically. So it's quite a very good one that he is signed by. There is a the manufacturers of pool in there. It's through hard work and of course dedication. It has paid him off.
Yeah, it has paid him off, and of course he will be looking forward to see how this is meant for his career, because he has really proved the world. He has, in fact, only this time now for us we talk about the 8 ball or the black ball. Very many can call it the British ball, but he has gone further. In that is the billiard, where you see even there's the Chinese type of the billiard, which he has really dominated and did it very well. He has, if you looked at some of the games, they are that called the straight 7 balls. You're beaten 7 balls. There's this recent one in Uganda that he did, where of course the moment he broke the balls, he scored all the 7 balls plus the 8th one, which is the black, and really won that. So I think this means very big to his career. This means very big for Uganda. And I want to say the pool associations in Arua, the pool associations in the rest of the country, because I did see West Nile having different pool associations and who have been pooling very well, dominating and of course showcasing every day. So I want us to take this serious, because if Caesar can mean to get this, what about Moses Pario, who is also a player of pool? By the way, is one of the best players in Arua. Why don't you also come and put and make sure that you compete? This competition, I remember we covered it, and West Nile TV did broadcast it here, where you did see different places. There was one at the Comrades, there was at Oasis, there was at Sky Lounge, and all these games went on right through. But of course 3 were taken to represent, that is the city, and at the same time the region also had to send the regional tournament. So that's where now you see that teams really, the ones who tried, we did see the likes of Scorpion here, who tried, but of course couldn't put it the way expected. And there were very many other names that went through. Boyi, who also went in there, but right now they couldn't make up to the finals, but Chandigarh made it up to the finals and became the national champion. Now representing Uganda in China was another big one. Still there's a tournament coming, by the way, on 26th of April. He will be representing Uganda, in that is China, in the, of course, the Joy Ball, of course, tournament that is coming in there. So I think it's a very big one. I've loved one thing that Uganda is developing in, is the different aspects or the different type of sports that they are involved in. Now you've seen pool today, tomorrow you will hear them talk about baseball, next day you're going to be hearing them talk about something else, and that is one big thing that I want to thank Uganda for. So to those who play pool for fun, I believe you should up
There are a lot of people, by the way, who are playing pool for fun. But then I normally see a couple of names in Arua here that indulge in the different pool tournaments. There is one prominent place that has always organized pool tournaments. There is Badi's Pub. Yeah, they always organize pool tournaments, and I always see the likes of the Abels. There is a Gift, and then there is Mansour that you already talked of. These are prominent people that I always see, of course, indulging in the different stakes over the pool tournaments that are organized within Arua. And basically, now that you've seen your friend ripping very, very big from pool, there is Caesar. I think you people out there should basically take in the pool, not for fun, because I see a lot of people playing pool, by the way, for fun and for leisure.
Including but you.
But yeah, it is paying. So every other person out there should start taking it so serious. You never know, you might also break out your destinies from that pool table that you're taking in for fun.
Okay, yeah, Hebo is a very big game, of course, with big players, big names that you could talk about. That's where Chandigarh is playing, and of course, because of the massive 700,000 US dollars that one can get as a prize bonus, that means very, very big. Just do that calculation and become here a billionaire in Uganda, because when you win that money, you become automatically a billionaire, and that could change your life for the entire of your the rest of your life. So it's one of the biggest thing I would really encourage people to come out to and see that this is. But of course, all in all, with the Asian Confederation already of billiard sports, you're going to be seeing this guy play a couple of games, and September 19th to, that is October 4th, 2026, you're going to be seeing a lot of things. But this guy is also going to be supplying him with of course, let's say the equipments of pool, what is needed, and the rest are probably after being signed in India. So according to James Mwire, the Pool Association of Uganda Vice President, the engagement which of course sidelined the sporting organizing body in Uganda, will majorly benefit from Chandigarh and in some part of a pool fraternity in Uganda. So this, by the way, is so much. The beneficiary of this is Chandigarh as a player, not even the Uganda association. Maybe it will just be a few or a little thing, but him as an individual, that is a plus for him. So I want to encourage, let's go and do the best sport that you would really, really love to do, and make sure that you achieve big in what exactly you want to be. Now, of course, yesterday the qualifiers, zonal qualifiers, draws were up, and a lot is expected. And Susie, I will be expecting you to give us the groupings over these games, probably of how the teams really were put and how the teams have tried their level best to see that things work out right there.
In the boys' football, of course, these draws were done yesterday in Idiofe. A lot of people were complaining, by the way, that how come it is Koboko hosting and the draws are being done in Arua. That is a sports for you. In Group A, boys, we have Obongi SS, Arua SS, Aria SS, Maracha, a secondary school, and then St. Thomas Aquinas. And then Group B has a St. Daniel Komboni, Lodonga Sid, St. Aloysius College Nyapea, Mvara SS, Ushindi SS. I feel Group B is a little bit biased. Group C has a Niva High, or Nile High if you like. It has a Yivo Secondary School, Matters College, K Sid, and Daystar. And then Group D has a St. Francis of Assisi, Komboni Comprehensive, Oria Gini, Kochi SS, and then La Ropi in there. Then Group E has St. Charles Luanga College, who by default qualifies because they are the host school. They have St. Charles Luanga College by the SS, Reno Camp High, Idiwa Parents Secondary School, Nebitauna SS. And then in Group F, we have Beza Algi, Nile High, Wadilai SS, Odravo, and then Late Kama 1. And then Group G has Kololo Public Secondary School, Ule PSS, Wandi SS, and Francis Ayume Memorial. That, of course, we are the champions in Koboko. And then Late Kama 2. And then in Group H, we have Okufura Secondary School, Hawa Comprehensive Panyango SS, Nyumazi SS, and then Late Kama 3. That is for the footballs. Should we?
As for the ladies, of course, a very big moment, I should say. But before we get to the analysis of the groupings right there, I want to say that the ladies, you did see Koboko Public in Group A, and then St. Luke, and still in Group M, Moyo Star High, Pakada is in Group A. Group B has St. Mary's Idiofe, Rhino Camp, and then Lodonga Seed and Nyarilo. As Group C has Mvara, of course, SS, Uringi SS, and not forgetting, of course, Odravo SS, not forgetting Laropi and Maracha Domestica. As Group D has Jumani Modo, Ebenezer, and not forgetting, of course, Panyango SS, Yoyo, and Boarding Army. That is right there. Group E has Logri SS, Okolo SS, Utumbari Francis Ayume, and Pangirinya. That has also been right there. As Group F has Vura SS, Ediwa SS, Alue Seed SS, and War Girls, and not forgetting, of course, Kingston. That has been also grouped in Group F. Group G has Biaya SS, and then Oleva Seed SS, Lotiwa SS, Ulepi, and not forgetting, of course, Muni Girls. As Group H has Kochi SS, Mamba SS, and not forgetting Katrini SS and St. Mary's Assunta. That has been right there for the games. And so we're expecting a lot that will be coming in that moment. And Group D happens to be one of the biggest in the West Nile Zone primary school bowl challenges, where you have Kochi SS, St. Francis, of course, and then you have Komboni and Oriejin. And not forgetting Laropi. That's also a tough group, by the way. It is a
tough group, but a Group B, to me, I feel these schools needed to be put in a different group.
Which school?
Because Mvaro, Shindi, then St. Aloysius, these are very tough schools. Because Oshindi,
no, it is not. I don't think.
Oshindi is the champions of Arua district. Then for Arua City is Mvara. And then we have Aloysius Nyapea, Lodonga Seeds, and Daniel Kombodi. This is also a very tough team, a very tough group, by the way.
Now, for me, I expected maybe these groups would be in a way that the team that finishes #1 in each groups are seeded in all one group. Those are like automatic qualifiers. Then #2 or the third playoffs face in, they are now come for picking to face #1, just like how the Champions League, the UEFA Champions League is done. So if I wouldn't expect these teams to meet, maybe that is according to me. I don't know which criteria they used for those who went for the games yesterday or for the draws, but I don't know the criteria. Maybe this would be very well explained by Benson, who was there in for the draws. But one of the biggest things probably we shall be finding out, and he will also be telling us exactly what he feels about that. Yes, that is one big thing. One day, when we get him here to tell us what exactly, how this went on.
For the girls, I particularly want to look at where St. Mary's, the overall champions this time around, are. Then Group B with Rhino Camp, there is Lodonga Seed, there is Nyarilo, and late Kamatun. Then Vara has Vara, Oringi, Odravu, Laropi, and Maracha Domestic. To me, these are quite a little bit easier teams. For there is Vara, that was the second runners-up for Arua City, and Idiofe Girls, that were the overall winners. I see them going past their group stages.
Okay. Just because, should I say?
Nope.
Okay. But it's going to be very interesting. All roads are leading to, that is Koboko. I know it's going to be one of the key things for Koboko. One, business-wise, it's so interesting. Tourism is another sector that is going to be covered. So what I expect is that let's have one thing. And the one thing I'm talking about is let's have the display of the game. And that is what we are expecting from all the teams. Now, we shall be covering all those other games that are coming from all the angles where you think you are going to be missing. You shan't miss, because I can confirm to you, Susie is here. We are here to give you all the updates of what shall be happening all the way that side. And I just did tell you that probably we shall be having that final live on this on the screens for you to see that you be part of it. So your question, your comments, drop them. Share, that is the Facebook, of course, link. Share the YouTube link so that you can be part of the show with the rest of the friends who are not able to get all these updates. Don't be selfish about yourself. And for those who probably can also catch it from of course, the satellite decoders, yes, you're good to go. Be part of it. Now, out of that, I want to say that there's one big thing I've seen from this. There is still going to be a team set or a secretariat that is going to be set for that is the USA Games, according to what I had yesterday, the press conference. And this setting means a lot for a team like, for the teams to prepare. We had a question, what if a team is here and will not be able to participate? What would be the criteria? Or I mean, what would be the next move? Because we have seen teams that have qualified, but they don't make it. They don't make it. And I remember the statement was, they will look for a team that can be fitting, and we ask for the criteria. So depending on the performance, I know very many schools could be who performed closely there were praying. Maybe some teams should not perform, should not
so
go,
and
then they step in. But it is against some head teachers. I know they are saying, this is another expense because it's so expensive. By the way, moving in this. So those are some of the things. But all in all, I want to say that's the roadmap for the games. And we are waiting for the fixtures that we shall also be sharing with you right here on West Nile Television. Now, when we leave that, Susie, let's go to the biggest that happened today, where you did see the draws for, that is, the Uganda Cup also taking place. And in the draws, we did see Pajule Lions drawn against Pakwachii Youngsters. What are we expecting for Pakwachii? What are we expecting for Pajule? These are neighbors in is it Pader?
Yeah, kind of.
Yes, Pader. That's where they are located.
Pajule Lions and of course Pakwachii Youngsters. To me, I think this is a little bit friendly for there is a Pakwachii. It's going to depend on the venue. Of course, the draws were done. The draws were done today, 2 hours back. So that you get to know which team you're facing, which team you're playing. But of course, the dates for the fixtures or the dates for the two teams to meet and the venues is yet to be communicated somehow. But then for Pakwachii playing, there is Pajule Lions. To me, it's kind of fair to Pakwachii because this is a team of their level. They're all in regional league. They are the same team that they are the teams that actually play the same league, I should say. League level, yeah. Yes. So it's quite good for them. I think this time around they fixed people according to their levels because but look at Police and NEC. And
I'm telling you, the thing is about picking because I was watching the draws. You go and pick your opponents.
Anything.
Yes. So that's why I say the seeding. Bit of it, the team that the teams were seeded A, B, C, D, and this is where you fall, and this is what you pick.
But for Pakwachii and Pajule, this is quite a very good one. This time around, each person faces their league mates, I should say, because look at a Bull. Bull will be playing KCCA. Chitara is playing Vipers. Police is playing NEC. This is hard for Police. Police is in big league. NEC is in UPL.
So that's how exactly the thing is. Pajule Lion plays, of course, Pakwachii Youngsters. The date is said to be from 10th to, that is 14th. That's when these games shall be played. So any date they put you either on 10th, 11th, 12th, 13th, 14th is where your team shall be playing. And Police Football Club will be taking on NEC. Yes, just like I said. Chitara takes on, of course, the team of Vipers. As Bull Football Club takes on KCCA right there now. That's how exactly the games will be pushing right there, there for the games in the Uganda, of course, Uganda Cup. That is sponsored by Stanbic, of course, and very many times people call it the Stanbic Uganda Cup. So it's so interesting and so well for a team like, of course, Pakwachii to get this because we have only the West Nile entity or the West Nile club that is left there is only Pakwachii, and we're expecting you to deliver because it's one of the biggest things that you can bring as pride to us in West Nile region. What is your prediction? Do you think Pakwachii will be going to the next level? And the next level is the semi-finals. Remember, these draws were for the quarter-finals. Drop your comments on that is the comment box. Of course, engage with us and let us know what exactly that would be like. That will be, of course, reading through your messages when we take a break. When we come here, we'll be giving you all what you have asked and what you want us to answer for you right
there. By the way, about Pakwachii, I think this time around they are fully prepared. They had the past previous games that actually they have been playing, they've been having their key players in school, and then also their first choice goalkeeper, I think, has been out injured. He picked an injury in the game they had in Masindi with Dove, where they had to beat them in penalties and move through to this current level. So basically, I think the guy has recovered, and then their goalkeeping coach, I talked to him recently, and he said they're all good to go. They pray that the game is at a match, a primary, where they probably believe that they can go past. That is a Pajule.
Yes, and they still are enthusiastic because of one thing. There's a game between them and Paida coming on 7th, I think. A very big one, Paida Black Angels. That will be like a decider for, that is the summit. Who is going on top and who is going lower? That's one big thing that is coming right there. So you should be also making sure that this is it. But do you think Pakwachii Youngster or Paida Black Angels will be the team to progress through to the, of course, playoffs is my question. Of course, 2 teams shall be taken automatic from the regional league, Nyagak and Nile Zone at large. 2 teams will be picked. That means one from the leader from the Nyagak zone will be picked, and the leader from, that is the Nile Zone, shall be picked to face each other in the finals. And I know probably this final has always been a green light, and it may be also in green light to see who and who shall be that is there. Maybe if not green light, then we may go to Barokoro, but that will be favoring. So you need a neutral ground that will always come down here. So it's so big that we shall be waiting to see who else or which club will be pushing there. What do you think? And what do you think about Pakwachii Youngsters in the Uganda Cup? Drop your comment. What do you think about Pakwachii and Paida fight for, that is the summit? Who do you think will be the champion in that zone? We shall be getting to your comments right there now. That's one big thing that we shall be coming back with. Maybe before we get to the break, there's also that big one where, of course, yesterday Nkumba University won it after, of course, having a draw 1-1 against Kampala, and now they are waiting for that date to go and play the team of UCU. Nkumba is through to the next level, finals.
Nkumba went through, and that was basically what I said here yesterday. I can clearly remember and said that Nkumba is home. All odds are favoring them, and they are through, are going to face UCU. This is going to be a very tough one for both sides, but UCU has always been there. They've always won, so it's going to basically, where they will play this is going to decide who wins. And basically, I think this has to go on a neutral ground to determine the exact winners on merit. Because if this is going to be taken to Nkumba, trust me, Nkumba will go through. If it will be taken to UCU, Mukono, trust me, UCU will go through, because basically the 12-man squad takes it all. There's some little magic always that is up there. But then I think it was quite a very good one for Nkumba. I should say congratulations.
Okay, congratulations, Nkumba, and it's congratulations. Now maybe you win the trophy. That's when I will congratulate
for qualifying
you.
To the next round.
That's one big thing that I want to say. But all in all, we're taking a break. We shall come back with that story of the City Oilers getting a new head coach, and at the same time, the team of Asaf Mwebaze is sacking or moving away, or of course parting ways, not sacking, but parting ways with the team. What has been the hidden agenda will be one of the biggest stories that we shall be giving you. Other international stories, where of course big teams still keep fighting for the championship right there in the English Premier League and other leagues at large. Let's take a break. We'll be right back.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Africa's biggest football tournament, AFCON 2023, live in English and Luganda commentary. Starting January 13th, don't miss Mo Salah, Sadio Mane or Nana. Lead the hunt for gold as they take center stage. Renew your StarTimes subscription today and enjoy all 52 matches in HD live on Sports Premium and Sanyuka Prime. StarTimes, the official broadcaster of AFCON 2023. This message is powered by Techno, the official sponsor of AFCON 2023.
West Nile TV, lighting up the region.
Welcome back from that break, and of course still Whistle Time live on West Nile Television. Thank you so much, Baguma, for keeping it right there, and of course Tokos, thank you so much for keeping. Of course Zubs is also following. Thank you so much for following and being, of course, an ardent fan of West Nile Television. And now that gives us, of course, a question and the way why the team of Mbale Heroes, after parting ways with their coach, there are again stories coming that why he has left is because of one or two things. And there's a report that he has left because he has arrears to that he's demanding. Two, that the fans had issues with him, which has of course costed him to say no, I don't want. Then there has been also plans of firing this man. I had because of the previous 4 games, I think 3 games, lost to Kataka, lost again, and then played a draw in 3 games that the team looked at if they could win would go on summit, lost them, picked only 1 point. That's also another thing. So different stories are coming from there. So what do you think will be the biggest thing for this team?
I think if that is that, then basically the team has been prepared for all this, because I looked at yesterday this coming as an abrupt news for the Mbale Heroes, and I looked at it going to eat them up very deeply. I looked at this going to affect them and all that. So basically, if the reasons that you've stated are found true to the grassroots, and then basically I think they were very prepared to see to it that they organized themselves at the exact time that they were going to get him off the team. And I think he realized and decided to leap off before the actual time where the club would come up with an official statement. And basically, I think having issues with fans is not quite a very good one. I was. Of
course, it's the fans that are saying he needed to deliver.
I was having a chat with one of the persons that has worked under him way back during the time he was a coach at Onduporoka, and this person was like, he's good, yes, but when it comes to the real work of the drilling and all that, like what Ahmed Bouin is doing to the players of Onduporoka, he's not good at that. He's only good at the brain work and all that and all that. So basically, I think it's quite a very good one that he decides to step aside before every other thing there is hidden underground is being exposed, because it literally affects you as you want to go ahead to procure a better project on your CV.
Yeah, it's a very big one. Now, of course, that makes it so interesting. But according to reports, there is already an interim coach that has been brought on board. The former Maroons Football Club, of course, player also right there, who has already been brought on board. He is called Mr. Edgar Bwogi. He has been named as the assistant coach for that is the team of Mbale Heroes. But I'm meant to know they are looking forward to see their former coach who brought them into the league to come in as the head coach, the new head coach. So this one will be on interim basis. Of course, he's a former Maroons defender, but what can he bring and add? Because second round is so intense.
Very intense, and it's almost closing up, by the way. This looks far, but already here we are in April, and I think the season is closing in
around 9 games left for people to play.
Next month. So basically, this is not far, which means
most in fact, 8 games, because people have played.
Most of the games have been the ones that have been played, first round and all that. So even some of the games in second round have been closed, both reverse and the first have all been played. So remaining a few games, and I think if he comes, if the interim is brought in and is so focused, because he already was with the team as he guided them to there is a big league where they are right now. Trust me, it's going to be a very easy one for him, because he knows his players. If at all the players that are in there are the ones that he worked with in the regional league levels up to where he brought them very safely into there is big league. Trust me, it's going to be quite a very easy one for him, and he has been dealing with them, so they wouldn't be eaten up so much.
All right, now that's one big thing that is happening right there. But all in all, there's also a big story coming right from that is the side of the City Oilers, as of course they have also acquired a new coach. The coach is going to be one big name that you should be. Remember, he's from Morocco, or the Moroccan has come to rescue the team. They have just won previously their games after completing their national basketball first rounder, with of course commanding 80. It was 80 to 56, and that was very, very big over UCU Lady Cannons. This was on Monday. If you were there at the YMC grounds, you would be seeing, yes, this was what happened. But all in all, that is what happened for the team. Now, what do we see from the team of City Oilers? Because they are trying to put in some different faces to see that things work the way they want it to work, and they are pushing every day now.
I think it's quite a very good one for them. They are the reigning champions. They wrapped this in the first round of the 2024 National Basketball League season with an emphatic 8/56 victory over the UCU Cannons. By the way, the UCU Cannons, I think, have been one of the biggest threats to the City Oilers. Which other team has come up to beat the City Oilers? I don't see any. They've always gone through to meet UCU Cannons at the end of every other season that they have played in. So basically, I think it's quite a very good one for them, and they're headed for bigger things. Look at the gap, 56 to 80, meaning City Oilers had 80 and then UCU had a 56. It's quite a very big margin, which clearly shows hard work, which clearly shows that they are very ready for next fixtures that are coming up. They are very focused and, of course, ready to step on any other challenges that are coming ahead of them.
All right, the man is called Karim. He has come to the team and as a coach, head coach right there. But of course, I think outstanding for the 9 times champions of that is the national basketball right there. And they are doing very, very well. They have created a 14 gap difference with, of course, the UCU Lady Cardinals to see that they progress very well in the aspect of that is the basketball. So which gives them a lot of course, expectations ahead of this. They could be getting to the 10th of that is being the champions because if you can finish half round with a difference of 14, come second round, you're going to do a lot of things put in there. Thanks to, of course, the names like James Okello, who, of course, led the team so well, including, of course, the man Andrew Tendo, who also was one key figure into the City Oilers team. So we're expecting a lot of things that will be coming up right there. But all in all, yes, it's coming, and we shall be waiting to see. Now, of course, internationally, yesterday a couple of games were played in the English Premier League, where Newcastle United was, of course, held by Everton in a 1-1 all draw, as Nottingham Forest also beat a team Fulham by 3-1, as 1-0 was team FC Bournemouth against Crystal Palace. Burnley played 1-1 all draw with Wolverhampton Wanderers, as West Ham, of course, was also 1-1 all draw with Tottenham Hotspurs. Right there, a lot of draws in yesterday's game.
Too many draws, around 3 draws. Newcastle, Everton, Burnley, Wolves, West Ham, and Tottenham Hotspurs. By the way, Tottenham Hotspurs took they took the lead, I should say. Initially, all this while, I've not been accepting your statement that Hotspurs is a scam. I think I am gradually coming to terms with this, because look at, honestly, the game they played yesterday. West Ham, really, you're failing to beat West Ham, and then when a giant will come on them, you'll find them playing a 3-3, a 4-4, or even beating them 3-2 and all that. But Tottenham, really, whatever it is that is happening, I think even they are yet to sink more from the current position that they hold on the English Premier League table standings.
A very big one. We're waiting to see what exactly will be like, but of course, outstanding it was for such a team probably to propel. Leaves the team of Tottenham Hotspurs still at number 5 right there. This would be the time they would be jumping up and down, making sure that they get into the top 4, but they're still into the Europe League slot. That is right there. Today, there are going to be English Premier League games where, of course, Arsenal will be welcoming Luton, Brentford will be welcoming Brighton, and Man City will be welcoming Aston Villa at 10:15. The rest of the games are going to be at 9:30. Arsenal is the team we're talking about, with a couple of names you could be missing out on right there. Arsenal has injury list concern of only Jurgen Timber right now. The rest of the players seems to be deemed fit for the game.
9:30 today, p.m. This is going to be a very tough one for there is, by the way, Arsenal. Luton is one team. There is like Newcastle is one team. There is like Wolves. They are very slippery. They look like underdogs when you're coming to play them. But then if you don't do yourself well, they'll beat you. To me, I am seeing either a draw here or even Luton might cane Arsenal just 1 goal. Because Arsenal put in a lot of hard work. Arsenal had a lot of preparations in the game they played. I think on Sunday against Manchester City. They saw to it that really they did their best. So probably I think they have not recovered fully from that too much preparation that they had to play. There is a Manchester City where they even lost the table, top of the table, to there is a team Liverpool. So basically, this is going to be a very tough one for Arsenal today, 9:30 p.m. It will be a very big clash. A very big one, of course, that we shall be expecting, as also a tight game will be between Man City and Aston Villa. Aston Villa is in a good position against, of course, Man City, Unai Emery and the team of City. That's a tough game. A very tough one for Manchester City and Aston Villa. Manchester City the other time was held to a goalless. This time around, I think the likes of the Haaland and the Brunos and the rest will want to unlock their beast mode of scoring goals in here. But it's going to be quite a very tough one for both sides because Manchester City, I don't know if the injury list, the likes of the Walkers and the rest have been cleared in that they will feature in this game. But I think they are still being ruled out, so I will be expecting the current squad that actually played on Sunday against Arsenal to feature in of this very one. And this time around, I don't think there will be a lot of bus parking like Arsenal did the other time. It's going to be quite a very easy one for there is a Manchester City, not so tensed up. All right. Internationally still, Manchester United are looking forward to go for a championship coach. Issues of the manager still continues, and now they want the former Manchester United assistant coach. He's called, of course, McKenna. McKenna has been, he's called Kieran McKenna. He was under, that is, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer as an assistant coach, and he is the man right now managing Ipswich Town, and he feels Erik ten Hag his predecessor could be him. And with this, would this be a very good reunion at Manchester United? It would be a very good one, but then we cannot treat this as a last information. They are still looking for coaches. Yeah, they're still looking for coaches. And people shouldn't be surprised if Erik ten Hag equally also remains amidst all the outsourcing of coaches here and there in that. But then one big thing that clearly would, of course, make someone anticipate that ten Hag would be axed at the end of the season is that he has been, of course, he has been stripped off. There is the transfer powers of either sucking in a player or bringing in players. There is one big news that is coming through at the camp of Manchester United. Erik ten Hag has been stripped of course, transfer powers are in there.
Two stories coming right there, bad for Manchester United, because now if you look at Manchester United, by the way, right now, they have issues of injury concerns. Lisandro Martinez just came the other day, he's again off for a month. At the same time, Lindelof will also be out for a month. That's very, very bad for a team like Manchester United.
It's quite a very bad one for them, yes, but I don't know if now Lindelof is becoming injury prone or something like that, because you've been out injured, and then you return less than a week, you're again off and being ruled for again another month and all that. This, by the way, affects the club and the player at large, because at the end of the day, if the club wants to do away with you because you didn't perform, you were most of the times you were ruled out because of injuries here and there. Trust me, no club would really want to sign you and work with you, because they will say you're injury prone and all that. And then another good news could be that we saw Erik ten Hag, of course, to me, he didn't treat Greenwood so well, and I think rumors coming through is that Manchester United is extending Greenwood's contract at there is Old Trafford.
We're waiting to see what exactly will be coming right there. But of course, one of the biggest things is that now, all in all, this brings us to the end of the show. And Vuku, thank you so much for watching.
Before
right
we go,
there.
Quite a very big one yesterday between the Newcastle and Everton game. By the way, I was so surprised that it was paused. I've never seen this. I don't know if you've landed on this. It was paused somewhere for the Muslim players to go for iftar. It was quite a very good one.
Yeah, that's a good sign, of course, of respect to that is the prayers.
The Muslim brother.
I think anyway that can happen so long as the federation allows. So I think, yeah, good move, and good, of course, signs of love for football and religion right there. Okay, thank you so much for keeping it right there. Thank you so much. Keep watching West Nile TV. Up next will be the movie on